The hardest thing for me with this disease is trying, and it still is to this day, is trying to bring awareness to this disease, because that's what I do. I want people to understand what I'm going through and what their loved one is going through. I struggle with it every day. I try to get people to understand what this disease does to you. I try to bring awareness, but it's very, very difficult. Now, on a personal basis, the thing I struggle with the most is the memory loss. It just is very difficult to deal with losing your memory, losing your absolute knowing what's going on, and knowing it's happening to you. You know, that's the difficult part. You're not only losing your memory or your mind, but I know it's happening. It's just horrible, you know. I know it's happening, and it's very difficult to deal with. Sam was trained in 7 different levels after he was trained in obedience. It took about 7 months for him to get through that training, 7 or 8 months. And what he does for me, for example, a lot of times when Phelps Jr. isn't here, I'll use the stove and cook something, which I shouldn't do, but I forget, and I'm hungry, so I don't know, I fry me a cheeseburger or something. And more than once, more times than I'd want to admit, I've left the stove on, just because I do. That's what I do. And so what Sam does for me, when I turn the stove on, he'll lay in front of the stove. And then if I happen to walk away from the stove, he will alert me that the stove is on by barking very loud and continuously. It's kind of funny. It helps me out immensely. And then he does the same thing with my medications. If you notice, he's on my foot. This is what he does. When he lays or when he's near me, he always has to have a part of his body on me. His head and neck is on my foot. A lot of times if we're out somewhere and he's sitting, he'll sit on the toe of my shoe because he wants to have that interaction with me. He's been trained to his focus is 100% on me and nothing else when he has his service vest on.